Yes, a mechanical Batarang from the Batman movie from 2022. Here's why and how I did it. There is no shortage of gadgets in Batman's arsenal, from grappling guns to shock repellent spray. Because Gotham waters can get a bit dicey now and then, but among all of them, one weapon stands out, the Batarang. It's a sharp throwing weapon, something like a ninja star but bat-shaped. But in Batman 2022, they decided to give the Batarang a mechanical makeover, making it more like a utility knife than a shuriken. You know me, I'm all about that mechanical goodness. The challenge, making it be able to switch between bat shape and horizontal knife-like shape, since that is what happens in the movie. No easy feat, but where there's a will, there's a way. And I believe I know where to start. First step is to make the wings from the Batarang move symmetrically. And the fastest way to do that is have two gears of the same size and connect them. This way, when one of the sides turns, the other one will have to turn just as much. I printed these two pieces to simulate the Batarang, and this is how they are going to connect. There are a couple of orange details at the top of the Batarang, and I want to use them in some way to achieve this movement. By adding these slits and springs, I can now lock and unlock the position of the Batarang by using these orange pieces as buttons. And those little springs? Just your everyday paint springs, repurposed for superhero duty. Okay, now that we have all the mechanics working, we can go ahead and print the whole thing. All of the pieces of our assembly are printed. These are the complete wings, and this is just the inner part. These small pieces are the orange details you can see on both sides, and these are supposed to be in the middle, also two per side. See these small circles on the inside of the Batarang? I'm going to place magnets there because there's something else this Batarang is going to need, but more on that later. Besides sanding all the visible faces, I had to sand the areas around the mechanism to make sure it works as smooth as intended. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the painting and details took some finesse, and I even added scratches and wear for that just battle some bad guys value. But now all is painted and looking very nice. Sorry about this, by the way, I started the assembly before recording. I was in auto mode, but that was the only part. And that takes us to the next step, assembly. However, as you saw, I didn't add any screws because I want the assembly to be as simple as possible. For that, I made this small feature that allows me to fit these two parts together, just like that. And of course, I need to put super glue here first. So first, let's put the mechanics inside. I glued the springs into place, and then add the upper buttons. Finally, some more glue for the edges, and these black pieces and the mini orange details. So after hours of planning, designing, and testing, our Batarang is ready. I believe it looks pretty close to the one in the movie, in both the color and the shape. Or should I say, shapes. Come on, that has to deserve a like. I think I even had the size right. I think I like it more in the bat shape, but the fact that it can change mechanically, for me, is so much more realistic. Oh, but that is not all, my friends. I love this thing, and I don't want to just leave it on a table. It needs a place to rest. So I made a frame for it. I made it in two parts that can be super glued together because it was too big for my printers. Well, I didn't realize the spool for the filament of the 3D printers. My 3D printers are there, by the way. I didn't realize they were empty. So I have to print these pieces after and glue them together. So technically it's 4 parts. But because I wanted the Batarang to stand out from the frame, I painted it gray instead of black and followed the aesthetics of the movie. Mainly the angles and shapes from the suit. Also, I added the soft side of the Velcro to protect the paint where the Batarang and the frame meet. And place magnets to keep our Batarang securely in place until we are ready to unleash some justice. Imagine someone sees this and goes, is that a Batarang? And you're like, oh, this whole thing? Yeah, I'm sure. You wanna check it out? I don't know what else I would say, but that looked cool. But that's enough talk. Will our plastic rendition hold up against some bad guys? Of course not. Here in Mecha, we all believe in honesty, right? So I cannot be like, guys, this is not amazing. I can throw it and it can fly like 10 blocks away, stops crime and comes back. It is a bit wobbly, yeah, sure, but it can hold up just fine. It is stronger on the horizontal shape, but it's not approved for throw. I made this to have a nice souvenir from the movie, changes shapes, add mechanics, and looks realistic. And it very much accomplishes this purpose. And if you think about it, Batman keeps his enemies alive, so it's even closer to the original. Did I tell you I designed the frame specifically to hold the Batarang in both positions? Of course I know, I'm just kidding this. I just realized that, but it's a nice little bonus. So tell me what you think in the comments. And yes, I will leave the link for the STL files in the description. It will include the frame and the Batarang in case you are interested in making one of these for yourself. Well folks, that is a wrap. Subscribe so you don't miss any future projects like this one, and I will catch you in the next one.